All right, guys. So today we're going to be working on this activity called Hunter and Hunted. And go ahead and go to the first page, and we're going to go ahead and quickly go through this passage. So it says in 1970, a 518 square mile island forest reserve with a carrying capacity of about 2,000 animals had serious concerns with their deer population. Although the island had excellent vegetation for feeding, the food supply obviously had limits, and forest management personnel feared that overgrading could lead to mass starvation and death for the deer population. Since the area was too remote for hunters, the Wildlife Services decided to bring in natural predators to control the deer population. They hoped that natural predation would keep the deer population from becoming too large and that it might also increase the deer quality, its health, as predators would be able to eliminate the weaker members of the deer herd. In 1971, 10 wolves were flown into the island. Okay, so the result of the program are shown in the data table on the next page. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to graph the deer and wolf population on the graph that I have provided. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pull out both of your papers. You're going to want the paper that looks like this, and then also the graph. Okay. Now, the first thing you want to do is you want to get a colored pencil. You want to color in where it says wolf population. You can do it really quickly. It shouldn't take very long for you to just go ahead and color down on the wolf population. Okay, once you finish that, you're going to actually do the same thing with the deer population. Okay, so you're going to have a color for the wolf population and then a color for the deer population. Make sure that they're not the same shades of like a yellow and an orange. They need to really contrast. So like mine's red and blue. Okay, once you have that done, you're going to actually go to your graph paper here and you're going to fill in the legend. So on mine, I had the blue as deer and the red as the wolf. So go ahead and fill this in right here. Okay. All right. So the first thing you want to do, I went ahead and put my papers like one on top of the other so that I could go I could see this first year and not be, just overwhelmed with all the numbers. The first columns that I'm going to be looking at are just these first three: the year, the wolf population, and the deer population. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to lightly color this side with blue. This right here is the number that I'm going to look at for the deer population. And then I've added the second Y axis right here. And this is going to be for the wolf population, because if you notice, the numbers are quite different. We've got 2,300 and 20. When you want to put the wolves in, you're going to be on this side scooching over. Okay, so the first one we're going to look at is you've got 10 wolves in this population in 1971. Those are the 10 that they moved in. So I have to go over here to where the wolf numbers are. I'm going to go all the way across, and I'm going to make one little tiny, bar here, and I'm going to color it in. This represents 10 wolves in the year 1971. Now I need to do the exact same thing, but I need to do that for the deer population. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at these numbers. Okay, on the left-hand side, it says 2,000. So I'm going to go ahead and go all the way up to 2,000, and I'm going to make my little bar. So now I can tell in 1971, I can tell the deer population and I can tell the wolf population. You will do this all the way until 1980. So each one of these will have two bars in them, a blue one and a red one. Now yours will probably be different colors, no big deal. Now I want to go ahead and show you the next one, because this had a lot of people kind of fouled up. So hopefully you learned how to do this in with Miss Hirschrader. So even though on my actual graph, it only shows 1,900, 2,000, 2,100, 22. This line right here really represents 1950. Okay, 2050. It's halfway in between. So I have this number 2360. Okay, so where's it going to go, right? So I come to 2,300, 2,400, and in the middle, you've got 2,350. It's going to be a little bit more than that. So I've taken my blue line and I've made it a little bit higher than that. Okay, you kind of have to understand that there's these numbers in between that will signify that 2360. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and complete this whole thing. And when you're done, go ahead and raise your hand. I'm going to check it over and we'll go on from there.